Hello and welcome to the Light Diversions Show. Something people don't really talk about much is TP, or bathroom tissue, or toilet paper. But not in the pandemic sense. Where can I get more? Do you have any left? How much is it? No, sir. We're talking about the public perception of single-ply toilet paper. Ever use the stuff? No doubt you've come across it at one point or another. How does it make you feel? Chances are using it is not pleasant, and so its existence may be difficult to understand. At face value, it's easy to see the futility and uselessness of single-ply toilet paper, yet producers keep producing it and consumers keep employing it. So obviously there's a demand. The big question is why. Those who purchase and dispense single-ply typically strike others as indifferent to the comfort of their guests. Just like a manufacturer who puts out a failing product and won't support it, same goes for the lowly end user of the opaque bog glue. Clearly no indication of support there. Now they might say, we're trying to keep costs down. Oh really? So have you considered the cost of the ensuing proctology visit? Or at minimum a dermatologist? Perhaps wet wipes or moisturizing cream, anyone? Wouldn't want that job. When you look at it that way, it doesn't really work out for anyone's bottom line. I promise I didn't mean to use the pun. Or maybe I did. By deciding to employ single-ply toilet paper, a statement is being made without saying a word. Accepting the idea of being perfectly comfortable with flushing the comfort of restroom visitors down the toilet. Consider that some of the most important decisions ever decided upon were made during those moments of clarity when one was in that peaceful and serene state of consciousness. The grit and graft of single-ply robs from that state. And if you were the one who made the decision to add single-ply to your cart, you might very well be the one responsible for having altering the course of history for the worse. As our good friend Jose Barres always likes to remind us, one's decision, one's mistake. To talk about this and more, we've brought in our good friend and our trusty co-host, Mr. Jose Barres. Jose, thank you so much for joining us in studio today.
Hi, my name is Jose Barres, and I'm a lighting solutions expert. I'm also a husband, father of 2 kids, martial artist, drummer, but that's not the point. Nick, thank you for having me. What an exciting topic to discuss, man.
Well, we only get into the exciting topics here on the Light Diversion Show, Jose. So, a lot to get to on this topic. Let's go ahead and set the table. The first thing that we need to talk about are the economics of toilet paper. Okay. We did some research on an industrial level. A single roll of single-ply toilet paper comes in at 68 cents per roll. In the same sense, a roll of two-ply toilet paper comes in at 80 cents per roll. That's an 18% difference, Jose, an 18% difference in cost. So the question now becomes, is this really a matter of economics if someone decides to use single-ply toilet paper versus two-ply toilet paper?
Well, socioeconomics might play an important role in deciding how much money you want to spend on toilet paper. But before the purchase of toilet paper is determined by the budget, people should know the difference between single and double-ply toilet paper. Then decide what level of comfort they are willing to sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about creating a better impression based on the toilet paper used or dispensed. Single-ply toilet paper has a rough texture for a reason. The softness of double-ply toilet paper also has a reason. Look, it all comes to getting the best results, and texture plays a crucial role.
Jose, the year 1857 was a pivotal role in toilet paper technology. And I think we are going to be getting into that in just a moment. But moving on from the economics, the socioeconomics, and so forth, we have a philosophical question that we need to address here when people decide whether or not to use single-ply or two-ply toilet paper. Um, is it really a choice of comfort, or is it a choice of economics, or is it some sort of combination of the two?
Look, toilet paper is one of the greatest inventions ever made. People give for granted the existence of such a magnificent commodity. But the reality is that people don't know who Joseph Gayeti was, the inventor of modern, commercially available toilet paper in the United States. There is a lack of education about toilet paper, and that has a repercussion when people stand in front of a large selection of toilet paper options. Toilet paper should be a subject of a study. It should be included in the general education program. A better understanding of the origin of toilet paper will help people better understand where we come from.
A lot of good stuff there, Jose. You're right. You mentioned Joseph Gayeti. 1857 was the year. 1857 was a pivotal year in toilet paper technology. And as a matter of fact, what's so interesting is that in 1857, when Joseph Gayeti actually came up with that new invention, that novel invention, there were 500 sheets of paper on a roll. We hold that standard again today. A standard roll of toilet paper, whether it's single-ply or two-ply, is 500 sheets. And so it's interesting to me. And when he came up with that technology, this novel idea, it's interesting because he actually imprinted his name on every single sheet. It just so happens I have a roll of toilet paper here, 500 sheets. And so imagine on every single square, he imprinted his name on every single square in the manufacturing process. Now talk about leaving a mark. But not only that, but he also infused every single sheet with aloe. So there was actually a softer moisturizing feel to it. So this was amazing. This was a massive step forward for humankind at that time. And you mentioned the young people needing to, or having toilet paper, the history of toilet paper, be a part of his history lessons and so forth. I couldn't agree more. Imagine if our young people in, say, a junior high class or perhaps even AP history courses or something like that would talk about toilet paper more often and learn about that. I agree with you 100%. That's such a wonderful idea, Jose. And that could indeed help them to make better decisions in the future. Okay, look, let's, moving on. Number 3. We have a psychological question now to get to when it comes to toilet paper. Single-ply versus two-ply. Jose, do they care? Do they care? You know, if I don't care if it's somebody's home or an office building. If I go to visit their restroom and I see single-ply toilet paper, what does that say? Do they care about me? Do they care about themselves? Do they the psychological? I mean, that has an impact. Impressions matter.
People are aware of the type of toilet paper they use when they visit a bathroom. It is a natural, organic perception, but it happens in an unconscious way. Do not forget that the moment that you use toilet paper is a very private moment. All the senses travel in one direction. There is a strong connection between you and the universe. A better understanding the reason why toilet paper comes in different layers could make people use the proper toilet paper. Double toilet paper dispensers should be mandatory. It will show thoughtfulness towards others.
Jose, it really is about other people. I couldn't agree with you more. That's fantastic.
Think about this. Thinking about other people. A very simple concept, very difficult to put into practice.
The complexities of using single-ply versus two-ply toilet paper, Jose. Absolutely fascinating. Coming up on the second half of the Light Diversion Show, the environmental impact of using single-ply versus two-ply toilet paper, and also alternatives and personal preferences to using toilet paper. All of that after a quick 60-second break from our sponsor and channel ID. Stay with us. Yes, hello. You've contacted the LA firm.
I need a lighting solutions expert.
Okay, I'm listening. Let's solve your studio lighting challenge together.
This other place I went to, they were just pushing a bunch of studio lights that I didn't need, and they were way too expensive.
Well, you don't have to worry about that, because today at the LA firm, we're offering the best wholesale prices to almost anyone.
Wholesales?
Yes.
To anyone?
All you have to do is ask.
Seriously?
Just make sure you ask nicely.
Really?
Lady, I've got 3 kids, a wife, and a minivan. I don't have time for jokes.
But I like jokes.
Jokes are only after 5 p.m., ma'am, and I've already said too much.
Say no more. I'm emailing my studio equipment bit list to contact@thelafirm.com.
Hey, when you know, you know. Every day, dude. Okay, thanks for staying with us, and welcome back to the Light Diversion Show. Jose, we covered a lot of ground here, talking about single-ply versus two-ply toilet paper. So much to cover, and we've got a couple more areas that we need to get into, so we're going to get right into it. Number 4, the environmental impact, Jose. Some of our viewers are going to be concerned about this, the environmental impact of single-ply versus two-ply toilet paper. So let me just dig a little bit deeper. We're considering the idea, it's a little bit of an assumption, but say if you would typically use 20 sheets of double-ply, does that mean you would perhaps need to use 40 sheets of single-ply? And is there some sort of balance there? Or is there some sort of negative impact, or is it a neutral impact on the environment? Making a decision between these two types of toilet paper.
Environmental impact is not a valid argument when people acknowledge that the use of single and double-ply toilet paper is justified by the type of performance on the toilet or any other necessity in the bathroom. When it comes to comfort, no, cutting trees is not an issue. I agree with a policy that regulates cutting down trees, but not to the extent that compromises the production of toilet paper. Toilet paper made from recycled paper is the best option, and it should be encouraged by local authorities.
So what you're suggesting here then, Jose, is every time you get a cardboard box from a delivery, from all the things that we purchased every single day, we have to make sure that that box ends up in a recycling bin, because that box will eventually be employed to personal hygiene, essentially. Okay. I would certainly agree with that. But then with that being said, basically there's zero impact on the environment. So I think we can all feel better about that. Now, we want to get into the last part of the discussion here, which is very important. The 5th point, which are alternatives to toilet paper, personal preferences, and so forth. We're talking about environmental impact. We're talking about more or less usage based on whether it's single-ply or two-ply. But, for example, there are a lot of other alternatives. There's the use of wet wipes, which are readily available. And there are different types of wet wipes as well. There are flushable and non-flushable. And that also will have an impact on the performance of the toilet, whether it's a high flow or a low flow toilet and things like that. There is also the use of a bidet. And if you're not familiar with what a bidet is, I know you are, I am, some of our viewers might be but a bidet is a device that is installed on a toilet where it basically shoots a stream of water right up into the spot, and it cleans everything completely. As a matter of fact, I have one right here. It just so happens. So if you look, this is one of the more high-performance versions, but you'll see right here that there is actually a little door. It opens and closes, okay? And there are two prongs right here that shoot jet streams right into the area of question, all right? And so that would have almost no environmental impact except for perhaps a slightly higher usage of water. But in terms of recycling or cutting down trees, using more or less single-ply, double-ply, your thoughts on that? Your thoughts on that, Jose?
I think that Uranus deserves the best care that we can provide. If we are diligent with our dental hygiene, we should be diligent with the care of Uranus. The use of alternative products, bidet, moisturizing cream, wipes, is a great option as long as Uranus accepts it. Listen to Uranus. It will tell you what to do. If you are nice to Uranus, Uranus will be nice to you.
Jose, that is such a profound statement, how you brought in the planetary cosmos into this, talking about the planet Uranus going all the way to planet Earth. You talked earlier about emotional connections. You talked earlier about cosmic connections. So the fact that you're tying all of this in together with the planets right now, in particular Uranus, that is absolutely profound, Jose. And that is one of the reasons why we love having you in studio to talk about subjects like this. Thank you. Thank you, Jose, for that insight. That was truly, truly profound, and it's going to give us something to think about much further on down the road.
Don't forget, Uranus might not be as far as we have always believed.
That's certainly true, especially with satellite technology, radio technology, all of these kinds of things these days. Absolutely, the planets are much closer, and as a matter of fact, we're probably not too far away from living on Mars one of these days very soon. So thank you again for that, Jose. Thank you. All right, before we go, write this down, guys, and tell a friend. Visit thelightdiversionsshow.com to check out the site and join the email list. Email your equipment bid lists and send your show comments and questions to contact@thelafirm.com. That's email at contact@thelafirm.com. Of course, all our social links are always found in the descriptions below. You'll find us on Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and hey, you might even be able to get a t-shirt there too. Why not? Always be sure to like, subscribe, share, and write to us. You're the best audience in the world. Thank you so much. Keep those comments and questions coming. We know there's a lot of options out there, so thanks for lending us your eyes and your ears. Okay. We joke around a lot on this show, and we do that because it's important to have fun. Just always remember that while human nature never changes, the worthiest of goals in anyone's life, your life, is to set aim for betterment. There you will find validation, edification, and happiness. Everyone from Plato to Jesus Christ himself figured that out a long time ago, so just roll with it. I'm working on it. Seems to be working out. Let me know how it goes for you. Any final words, Jose? Okay. Reach out to someone who needs a friend today and let them know you care. And remember, there's a difference between living and living free. So I'm hitting the beach. God bless. We'll see you on the next episode of Light Diversions, your favorite show.
Michael, it's from Toronto. Michael, I did warn you last year about your people selling in Canada, and it is happening over and over. And please call me back. I want to talk to you. If you guys keep continuing doing it, I'm going to open up a freaking shop right next to your office. I will undercut you on everything. And also, I will put these things on eBay. I will make sure that you lose your business, okay? I'm telling you, I'm cautioning you. Please don't provoke me and act accordingly. I'm spending my money for advertisement and everything else in this country, and you guys are infringing into it. This is not the right thing to do, okay? Call me back. If you're a gentleman, you should call me back.